Everybody, come on. Lots to discuss.
Oh, we have to.
Yeah, we suffered together tonight, didn't we? Yeah. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Losers Lounge. Nuggets fall to the Oklahoma City Thunder 127-121 in overtime. Fantastic game. Nuggets come up short. It's kind of in the clutch. In overtime, really?
It's the clutch.
It is the clutch, but I'm saying they were good in the first clutch. They were bad in the second one.
Yeah.
We are presented by Bet365. How do we do in our bets tonight, Dev?
Of course, not good again.
Man, even with overtime.
Just.
We're just in a rut, man. We're just in a hole. We're going to have to dig our way out. We're also in the Toyota Losers Lounge, driven by your Front Range Toyota stores. Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. A lot to get to. We got all the homies here. Brennan Vogt's here.
Hard to believe now. This place was an unbelievable vibe in here like 20 minutes ago. We'll try to maintain some version of a vibe while keeping it real.
Not a single soul left in the bar. Just 20 minutes after the end of it. It's insane.
Man.
I would leave too.
Yeah, I would have too. Harrison Wynn's here.
This was so close to being just such an awesome night.
Yeah.
We were so close, man.
It was. Superstar Dev rounding out the show.
I cannot believe that we were robbed of a banger. It truly was going to be special. It was going to be a good week off of that game.
This was a great game. I'm not going to lie. I'm not too beat up over it. I think you guys are a little more down than me. But it does suck to keep losing these games by the skin of your teeth. Let's go to our fast breakdown here. Immediately, Shea Tech on Jokic to start the game. This is my first thought. I can't even remember this play now. Can you guys?
So it was one of the first plays of the game.
That's my first
They
note.
call a foul, and then the play kind of continues a little bit. Yoke is just playing defense, and SGA takes offense to it and throws the ball at him.
Throws the ball off of him and then points
And
at
then
him like
was
he had.
shocked that Jokic wasn't called for anything.
They go to a review. They gave a tech to him. But Murray missed the tech, which is always a bummer when you get the tech and then they miss it. Very chippy game, though. I mean, this is my second note, and it really could have been the first one. Both these teams really, really want this one. I think it's an official rivalry. I think tonight is an official rivalry between these two teams.
I agree.
Nuggets opened up a lead, though. 2 fouls on Jokic, both of them cheap. He was just trying to get physical. Both of his fouls were like not consequential. He just was getting real physical and testing the water, but he had 2, stayed in the game. Nuggets had a big lead, though, 27-13 at one point in this first quarter. They were rolling. Tim Hardaway Jr. checked in the game, had 2 triples right away, 33-19 Nuggets after 1. Let's go to the bench. Shea absolutely filleted the Nuggets bench. The minutes where Jokic weren't on the court tonight, absolutely horrible. And Shea, they do the stagger with him where he comes in for those minutes. He just absolutely cooked. Strother making some hustle plays, though. He rebounding and just some defensive plays. I thought he was very good in his minutes tonight. Starters check back in the second quarter and build another 8-point lead. 59-50, had 9-point lead going into the half. The starters dominated the first half of this game. Their 2 stints.
Yep.
Third quarter, very intense. Both sides playing hard. Murray started to percolate and then have had an official flurry, 10 points in the quarter. Shea checks out of the game, and the Nuggets went on another immediate run. They dominated the minutes tonight when Shea was on the bench. Absolutely dominated them. 83 until they didn't. 83-77 Nuggets going into the fourth frame. Very first play, Nuggets get a turnover on the inbound, and they hit a three-pointer. 6-point lead down to a 3-point lead in like 2 seconds. It was a horrible way to start. And then the Nuggets had to take a timeout. Right after that, they dribble the ball up court. Adelman is forced to take a timeout. OKC took a lead. Adelman wasn't playing. He gets Jokic into the game with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left. Then there was a crazy scuffle. Lu Dort, for some reason, was upset with Jokic for something. And in the back court, lowers his body, gets low, and does basically, in football, you call this a chop block. Yoke's kind of looking around. He doesn't see it. He's kind of going sideways, going down the court. Lu Dort gets low and just throws his body into him. He was thrown out of the game for it, and I think rightfully so. Refs did a great job handling all these kerfuffles tonight, but he gets ejected on this one. Then there was a flagrant one on Hartenstein right after that where he just chucked his arm into Jamal Murray, hits him in the face. And this game was incredibly chippy. Huge 3 for Jokic to start clutch time. CB had a huge 2. I think they ultimately ended up calling this a 2. Maybe they made it a 3 to push the game to 5 points. They did with 3 minutes to go. But then Kaysen Wallace and Alex Caruso had back-to-back 3-pointers. Nuggets were going to trap Shea, get it out of his hands. It's what you want to do. Both of those guys came up huge.
Caruso being a clutch shooter just breaks my heart. When did he become a guy that hits those shots?
I don't know. Nuggets are down with 37 seconds left. Jokic goes barreling to the basket and throws up with his right hand, gets it to fall, ties the game. And on the last play of regulation, CB gets a huge block on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Actually, that's not the last play. It was almost the last play. The last play was the Nuggets, who actually had 2 timeouts. They could have used one because there was only a 2-second differential between the game clock and shot clock. They go a little bit early, and you get the ball kicked over to the corner for a wide open Cam Johnson. Wide open, and he missed it. The game goes to overtime. No Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in overtime. It's his first game back from his injury on a minutes restriction. And unfortunately, Jokic was jacking threes. He took 3 of them in overtime, didn't make any of them. And then Tim Hardaway Jr. had this fast break turnover. Meanwhile, they made their baskets on the other end, role players converting some tough ones. The game ended with a turnover. Isaiah Joe, they get a turnover and then an Isaiah Joe 3 to be the nail in the coffin. Murray did hit some very late threes to make this look a little bit closer than it was. But overtime was all Thunder, as Denver didn't get any good offensive possessions the entire time.
Really not one.
Yeah. Let's go to our Red Hawk Roofing big takeaways. Dev, start us off.
My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. I have a statement and then I have a takeaway. 1, me and everybody I know hate Lu Dort. We all hate him. Could not believe that he did that in this game. That was a wild.
Couldn't believe it?
A wild. I couldn't believe it.
I can believe it.
Couldn't believe it.
Bro's a dirty ass player.
No, he was dirtier.
He does this the whole season.
That was egregious.
He's trying to hurt Jokic.
Even by his standards.
Exactly what he was trying to do.
Even by his standards, that was crazy, man.
He's a dirty ass player who gets away with
play.
it the whole year for his whole career, and the NBA does nothing about it.
Yeah.
I don't
They
know.
do nothing about it.
They trend into it. Like
We'll
he's putting
see.
himself in the Draymond Green type of conversations there. But that was a wild play. But my real takeaway in this one is we had another opportunity to see how this Nuggets team was going to look down the stretch in the clutch.
Yeah.
It was another letdown spot for them. There were so many issues with how the way that the game was managed, who was out there on the floor at certain times, especially late in the game. There was a play that I could go to where Jokic had a straight layup, decided to kick it out for a 3 that would have extended the lead, but he could have made that layup.
Yeah.
Then from there, they had an opportunity to take the last shot in the game, try to end the game on their terms. They went early in the game, or in the play, kicked it out to Cam Johnson. He shit the bed. So then they go into overtime, and I just truly cannot believe that with SGA not out there, they were not able to execute or figure out a way to win. So it's just another letdown spot for the Nuggets when it comes to clutch time. It's my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway.
Really is, man. Another game in the clutch where I thought they ran out of gas tonight. I mean, they played a lazy overtime. Very lazy, I thought.
Man. My Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway, I don't even know what to say, man. To be totally honest. This is such a heated rivalry, man.
Yeah, it really is. It's getting that way.
It started last year in the playoffs. It's continued this season. Tonight, it was chippy from the start. It really, that play where SGA threw the ball at Jokic kind of set the tone. These two teams do not like each other. These two fan bases don't like each other. It's chippy. It's physical. Players are taking cheap shots at one another. Guys are getting tossed, ejections, tons of reviews. This is a real heated rivalry, man. And I absolutely love it because there's so much hanging on every single one of these games. And look, man, the Nuggets came to play tonight. They absolutely did. Jokic came to play tonight. Jamal Murray came to play tonight. They just had some fatal mistakes in overtime and down the stretch of this game, but these two teams do not like each other, and I love it, but I hate it at the same time because I'm absolutely drained right now, and this game took everything out of me, and man, I can't wait for them to play again.
Yeah, if they get this in the playoffs, man, it's just going to be real
It's
intense.
a war. It's a 48-minute war every single time well, most of the times these two teams play.
I think it ratcheted up for the Nuggets tonight. Like
Yep.
there was some stuff tonight that I think the Nuggets will remember for quite a while. Not just the Lu Dort thing, but even Jay Will trying to go at Jokic. There's just a lot to this game that I think the Nuggets are going to be like, you know what? Okay.
Yeah, my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. I'm tempted to go with the clutch again. We've done that a lot in the last couple of weeks. I'll just say that the start of the fourth quarter could not have gone any worse for Denver in this game. You maybe, like, this is maybe just reactionary, right? Like, I have all the data from that game now, but it feels like that was maybe some important data on Jonas Valanciunas in this matchup.
Yeah.
And it's not even like that he personally was so bad that it sunk them. It's just about what it looks like when he's out there and they have J. Will out there. And like J. Will obviously is not small, but that's a smaller look and he can shoot and they have shooters and Val can't get out to contest those. And so if he's got to be on the floor, he has to have the ball and he has to punish that mismatch. You know, I like with the benefit of how this game went and hindsight, I'll say maybe Zeke should have been out there and maybe he will be next time. But I felt like some of the more important kind of minutes and one of the more important observations to key in on is just why that top of the fourth quarter went so poorly.
Yeah, and that's part of why. Look, they didn't have J-Dub. They were missing guys as well. AJ Mitchell. Denver's missing key guys that I think will shore up what is the most interesting part about it, which is my Red Hawk Roofing big takeaway. I was worried when they signed Big Val. I was most excited about him as a regular season innings eater for Jokic. He got hurt right when Jokic did, so the one time we actually needed to see that, it didn't actually work out for Denver, which is just incredible luck. But I was worried from the get-go that he would be a regular season player, not a playoff player. In a playoffs, you can game plan for guys, and especially if your guy is a low post scorer, it's just too easy to double in the post and get the ball out. And what it's also easy to do is to stretch a guy out with 5-out basketball. The Thunder, this game really just came down to that. Big Val played 8 minutes tonight, and the Nuggets got outscored by 21 points. It went to overtime. With all of the stuff that happens to me, this is why it's hard to get too high or too low on these regular season games. We learned the most important thing. That's not a series for Big Val. That is not a matchup. And I think that in the playoffs, it's probably just Aaron Gordon. Right. But even in the regular season, you have to go somewhere else. And I'll say this. I don't think that's the only series he's not going to be playable in. My big fear, and I think it plays out this way for Denver, is that Big Val is too vulnerable in the playoffs because it's just too easy to take away his post scoring and too easy to get him outside and have bigs pick and pop and hit threes.
Yeah. This was really the first time in a while where we felt the burden of the non-Jokic minutes. I mean, for most of this season, it's gone pretty smoothly. You know,
and this was like last year's non-Jokic.
Oh yeah,
this was
even beyond that.
I feel like Big Val has been playing bad. Like, you know, the plus minus shows that he hasn't been playing well, but this was like a meaningful one, so it stands out a bit more. You talk about this not being a matchup for Big Val. It seems like there's not many of them with these playoff teams, like the teams that they're going to like go against in the playoffs. Jalen Williams, he does stay on the perimeter a bit, but Chet, like, he should be able to hang with Hartenstein. He should be able to throw some minutes every now and then, but they're not doing anything valuable with his minutes out there. And yes, you know, AG is supposed to be in that spot, but when you have Big Val, he's supposed to be a bruiser. He's supposed to be overwhelming, and he does not do those. It's a lot of those push shots, a lot of those push backs. They're not using him for his strengths, and I think that that's what the issue is right now.
But they're going to him though. I don't know if they're not using him. They're going into him in the post, and he's getting fadeaways. He's just not that dominant.
Well, it's just the defense is going to live with those shots,
Yeah.
you know, because they can take advantage on the other end. I think at Devich is the case of the better the team, the less of a game it is for Big Val. Like the better and smarter of a team that they're going against, the less of a role he probably has to play.
I just think that's what it is. The Nuggets are still very deep, and I actually think it's fine going into a playoffs without him because they are going to have enough guys. But I do this game kind of was what I feared when they got him. This is what I pictured, where I was like, I'm not so sure he's going to be the playoff player for him.
I in this specific matchup, those OKC guards are just so stifling. Like they're just so on you that I feel like this is a matchup for him that you go set a hard screen. Go make a point. While
Don't set it on Lu Dort.
Go set it on Lu Dort. That's actually
you'll get called for the foul.
That's actually how they. That's actually
Dort.
what they should use him for. Is just go in there and goon up.
I'm not saying to just hurt him or anything, but be,
no, I am though.
Set a hard screen.
Be dominant. You know, I don't see him being dominant, and I think that's the difference from when he was with these other teams. Is he was dunking, he was on the block trying to like rip through you all the time. Right now, he really is like it's a swan out there. He's dancing. He's like pushing, like push shot and things like that's not overpowering. So I do think that's why I say it's not his strengths right now.
Did he call Big Val a swan?
Swan.
Was that? Is that
He
what I
did,
heard?
yeah. I got to be honest with you. Last thing I would come up with.
But honestly, also fits.
Exactly,
It sounds right. He's out there like a swan. What do we need? More of like a hawk
I want him to be a hawk.
or an ostrich or something. Just like right there. All right, let's take a break on the other side. Let's talk about Nikola Jokic's night. I found it very fascinating. We'll get to that on the other side.
Hey, athletes, weekend warriors, and anyone who loves to move. For those experiencing any sports injury or chronic pain, the Common Spirit Mountain Region is home to an incredible sports medicine program, including their new sports center, Common Spirit Health in Parker. This team of qualified and passionate providers specializes in the diagnosis, the treatment, and the prevention of sports-related injuries for all athletes, including your Denver Broncos players. Their experts understand the unique demands your body faces, so you'll get personalized treatment plans combining things like physical therapy, injury prevention strategies, and strength training. This isn't just about fixing what's broken, it's about preventative care, performance enhancement, and getting back to peak condition safely and quickly. So don't let an injury keep you on the bench, or even better, get proactive about your health. For more information, make sure to visit mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health, official healthcare partner of the Denver Broncos. Again, Common Spirit Mountain Region, home to an incredible sports medicine program. They got their new sports center, Common Spirit Health, in Parker, mountain.commonspirit.org. Also, shout out to our friends over at Taco Bell. Taco Bell, man, they're at it again with the best innovation in the industry. And right now, they're combining their savory, slow roasted chicken inside a cult classic format with their new limited time only chicken bacon ranch street chalupas. Get your set of 2 street-sized cheddar chalupa shells filled with slow roasted chicken, flavorful bacon, freshly prepared pico de gallo, shredded cheese, and avocado ranch sauce. Taco Bell isn't just limiting this Americana flavor combination to its street chalupa format. Why not get this pairing on Taco Bell's iconic nacho fries? These loaded fries deliver every single time. Check them out today. Don't forget, add one of the new items from the Taco Bell Luxe Value Menu too, with 10 items for $3 or under. The Luxe Value Menu at Taco Bell delivers bold, irresistible flavor and crave-worthy items at unbelievable prices. Nobody delivers everyday value and supports your hometown teams like Taco Bell. Live Moss at Taco Bell.
All right, back here, segment 2. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed here. Nuggets fall 127, 121. I said I wanted to go to Jokic, but there's actually somewhere else I want to go. This was a big night for Cam Johnson. And I actually am going to frame it this way. I think it is a pivot point for him on the season. 7 points tonight, 2 of 7. He did grab 8 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 block shots. I thought his defense and some of his other stuff was good, but he got a chance to win the game for the Nuggets tonight on as good of a look as you could possibly ask if you're a three-point shooter. Wide open in the corner. A lot of pressure, but wide open. And he missed it, and he missed it in a way that made it not, it wasn't like, oh, it rimmed out. You know, he kind of bricked it. And I thought the thing that bothered me about Cam more than him missing, like, I don't care. You take shots in the clutch. He looked like a sad puppy from that point forward, man. And it bothered me. And it bothered me because Peyton Watson missed a shot earlier this year. You know what happened after that game? He went on the best month of his entire career immediately after that. It was almost like that, you know, he felt that so heavy, like that was my shot. To me, this is why I call it a pivot point. Cam, the body language he had after that shot to me was like, made me more mad than the miss. And now I'm like, brother, you got to join this team. You know, everybody has to bleed a little. That's how you become part of a team. Tonight, he let them down. I want to see how he responds.
He's their he's their starter right now, and everyone was wanting him back. But when he's out there, it's not really productive. He's not what they wanted.
Minus 25 is really bad tonight.
And it's not just the last shot. It's not even just this game. He's been playing with Eeyore energy for a long time, where shots are not falling. He's like, okay, I'm just going to play down. I think there's times where he's trying to still stay in the offense and run the flow, but I just think that they expected a lot more out of him. He expected a lot more out of himself, and now his confidence is so down that I don't know how he brings himself back up, because he gets opportunities, playing a lot of minutes when he's, coming back, when he's in the games. He's out there for shooting. He's out there for scoring. He doesn't even get the shots up. There was nothing that he really added in this game, and I'm so over him as the stagger. It's not
Really?
him
Really?
and Big Val together. They just need to not be together.
In this game, absolutely, that's how it worked. In the season, though, Deb, I'm going to push back a little bit. The numbers say that Cam and Val have worked together.
I don't want to see it anymore. And
I'm with you on this.
Well,
one.
it might be a different story against really good teams,
Right, maybe.
And on top of that, Peyton Watson played himself into getting paid, being part of this team, being in a spot where you're like, hey, we really need him. Cam Johnson is doing the very opposite right now. Eyes are on him.
Peyton Watson is tough, and this is the thing. I always say he's an LA guy. He has so much belief in himself, and a little bit of an irrational belief at times, but he is just so tough in that guys talk to him, he talks right back. He's never looks like he's out there pouting, and that's the thing with Cam. This is what I'm pointing out. Now, Cam has an opportunity here, because I really do think when you join a new team, it's like they already have a bond, and you kind of have to go through something that puts you puts you on your heels. To me, I'm like, he has to feel like, if I make that shot, we win this game, and it's a really big game. He's got to feel that. So now I want to see how he comes out. Is he an Eeyore against Minnesota? Minnesota's tough.
Yeah.
Minnesota's going to be just as chippy as this one, so I want to see what he's got.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the way you framed this, I liked it a lot, because, all right, 8 rebounds. He did have some good defense. He did a lot of things, right? Did a lot of things well.
He checks the intangible boxes those
as he has all season long, and it makes the lineup really work. But in these games, it's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
In these games, it can't just be connective tissue. Only 7 shot attempts and 2 of 7. It just isn't good enough. And another thing is, part of the reason why you're maybe more confident in Cam than Mike is some of this stuff. The confidence, does he have the dog in him? Some of Mike's body language in these kind of matchups when he started missing his shots wasn't great.
Yeah.
So you're kind of hoping at the very least Cam kind of won't be a so high ceiling, low floor. But you kind of got some of that from Cam tonight. So he has to respond to this. I'm not burying him, but he has to respond to this. And this was a chance for Cam to have a real moment tonight, and he didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to that shot, though, I like the shot. And I've thought about it a lot, watched it in the moment.
How could you not like it? It was wide open 3.
Well, I mean, a lot of people are like, why isn't Jokic Murray taking it? Why didn't they call a timeout?
Run the clock out.
I liked the shot.
Yeah.
It was a wide open shot in great rhythm in the corner for a great shooter. You take that shot, I think, every single time.
Yeah.
Now, I think we're going to find out a lot about Cam, these next couple weeks, man.
I agree.
Because you're totally right. He looked like he was thinking about that miss from the second he missed it till the second the clock ran out in overtime.
Yeah.
And he got another look in overtime. The game was kind of out of
And there
hand.
was no shot he was making it.
You're right.
0% chance.
Yep.
So we're going to learn a lot about him.
Yeah, he's got to toughen up, man. I mean, it's like, this is what it's like when you're on a team like this. The stakes are just so high. The other guy that I thought, if we're playing the blame game tonight, the other guy that gets the blame is the other veteran shooter, Tim Hardaway Jr. He had 16 points tonight, 2 rebounds, an assist, a steal.
So I have a real take on this.
Yeah, let's hear it.
For parts of this game, Tim was amazing.
Yep, I agree.
And I think in 3/4 of a game, Tim, go be yourself, let it rip. I'm not sure if Tim is a guy you close with. And there's a couple of layers of irony to this, right? Which is Adelman has cited Tim being kind of a wily vet for why he would close with him, as opposed to in this game, and as it's been in some other choices and options, Julian Strawther. Adelman has cited Tim being a veteran and just kind of relying on his knowledge of the game and having been there before. Obviously, that hasn't really shaken out that way so far. We've seen some real low floor mistakes from him in these moments. Also, I want to take you guys back to when Adelman got the job last year, and he told us a million times how fluid this was going to be. It wasn't about who was a veteran. It wasn't about what your name recognition was. If you were playing great, you were going to get a chance to close. To be fair, Tim had a pretty good game until he didn't. But I feel like there's a couple of chances here in the last couple of weeks for Julian Strawther to have closed and that he's earned it. So I still think Tim's great. I still think Tim helps this team, but I am wondering about closing with Tim when you have to.
The nice thing is that spot goes to Aaron Gordon, and it does correct all of this. But it is, he just made some mistakes tonight that were like, I mean, he's the veteran. He made some, like, if Julian would have made those mistakes, I'd have been like, that's why it's tough to be young in the league.
Yeah, his bad plays were very, very loud.
Yep.
He got a tech on the bench.
Oh, man, you're right. I forgot about man, and it was a game that went to OT.
Yeah, exactly, and things started to turn around after that. Like, they were up, and then that happened.
Think of that.
He also had, he gets the looks, and it doesn't fall. I feel like Tim Hardaway Jr. is a guy that will extend the lead to 13. Extend the lead to 16.
Oh, he's
not
that guy.
To 3, not to 5 or anything like that. Like, he hits shots, but he doesn't hit the big shots, and I don't think that's like, why is he out there then? Then in this, because his shot, I mean, it was falling early, but later on it didn't, where he didn't know where to be on the floor. He's like right next to guys. He got a cut that Jamal decided to go to him that literally never had a chance. And then he's not out there for defense. So it's like, what are you closing with him for? To start overtime, he took one of the worst shots of the game. And it kind of set the tone for the overtime as well. So Tim Hardaway Jr., I do think that he's a great piece for this team. He's been a welcome addition, but they do need to find their closers right now without those guys, and he doesn't seem to be in it right now.
And I should say, Julian wasn't great tonight either. And in fact, Tim was better than him through 3 quarters, so I'll slow my roll on that a little bit.
Well, there's one other guy that you could have gone to, which is Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown.
Who wasn't great
Wasn't
on
great
offense
tonight either. So maybe I'm being a little harsh on Tim tonight, but it has just kind of felt like there's been a couple of late mistakes where you go, that's not what you expect from a veteran.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the turnover on that fast break.
I will say this, though. This is why OKC is so tough, though, because those plays, as much as it was a really bad play, those plays are a lot easier against most teams. OKC got back. Caruso made a heck of a defensive stop. Now, you still don't make that play, but there are a lot of teams where that's a wide open layup because they just don't try as hard as OKC does. Last guy here before I want to save the big 2 guys for the other side, but Christian Braun tonight, I thought, did a lot of good stuff. 23 points, 8 of 18, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, 2 blocks. Got the huge block on Shea to sort of save the game right at the end of it. But for all the great things he did, he took 10 threes tonight. And it's just, this is the story with Christian. His entire year is really going to come down to he's going to get 10 threes per 40 minutes when he plays against the Thunder in the playoffs. And if he goes 3 of 10, they're probably going to lose.
Well, he was letting it fly, too. A couple of them were really ill-advised, I thought. But maybe he's just at this point where he knows in his head he's got to take them, like we've been talking about. Other than a couple of those, though, he was pretty good. You know, offensively, he got his rhythm. Defensively, he was okay on SGA. You know, some really rough moments, but again, he's an impossible cover. So what are you really going to do? But I think overall a step in the right direction for him.
I thought Christian Braun was incredible in this game.
I
I truly do. Even taking 10 3-pointers. The ill-advised shots is the ones that I've been asking for. Like, just to feel confident in your shot, to take some to make them guard you.
Yeah.
And he made them pay. He had 23 points in this game, knocked down some 3-pointers, was all over the boards. But the big part, I feel like he was really, really good on defense in this one. When SGA went on his stretch, it was with that second unit that he was not in for. And also, he had him like, he made his shots tough for a while. SGA started to, hit because that's what he is. But somebody else is going to have to step in. That's when AG plays for a couple minutes. That's when Peyton Watson is like used so that you could get different looks for him because he's going to figure you out. He's the MVP in this league right now. So you're going to have to make him work. I feel like Christian Braun made him work. I'll take this game from him.
I thought he was awesome. I thought he was great. And 3 of 10, there was one I didn't love, but there was also a play late, maybe it was in overtime, where Chet closed out on him really hard. And Christian was able to get the ball to Jokic in an advantageous position. And it's like, he closed out because Christian was really willing to take threes and make some shots tonight. So I thought Christian was really, really good in this game. And I think Dev's right. I actually think he had a sneaky good defensive game. Like if you look at SGA, he was pretty inefficient tonight. And then you consider that it really all came on like one run when Christian wasn't out there. Then he had that big block, which probably, I mean, could have been enough, right? Like we could be talking about that as Christian's moment if Cam hits that shot.
The block was huge. Yeah.
So, I mean, I thought Christian was really good. And he just wasn't, there was no, you talked about the deer in the headlights for Cam. There was none of that for Christian in this game.
Yeah, it was kind of a throwback CB game.
And you expect Christian to be mentally tough, but with the season he's had to come into this game, there's a lot of pressure. And I just thought he, at least mentally and heart-wise, was ready for it.
I want to be clear. I think I started out this way. I do agree that I thought it was a really good game. My point is, though, he doesn't take 10 threes a game.
Yes.
But every time they take OKC, he's going to get 10 threes because of how they guard him, how they guard the Nuggets. He's just going to get 10 threes. He was willing to take them tonight, which is step one.
Well, do you remember the biggest one of the night, too?
Which one?
Yoke going down the lane.
Oh,
looked
you're
like
right.
he could have just shot a layup,
You're
kicked it
right.
to CB wide open in the corner.
Yeah.
Bricked it.
Yeah. So that's just my only point is you're going to need what he did tonight, all the other stuff, but he is going to get 10 threes, which is an enormous amount. It's not what he wants, but if you're going to play that spot, you got to knock him down. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, Jokic and Murray.
Right now at Xfinity, you can lock in your 5-year price guarantee. What if you could get reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? What if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a 6th sense. And that also lets you stream the game even while the whole family's online. All of your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees. You also get Xfinity's best equipment included. So lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. If you want to learn more, go to Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Select plans only, restrictions apply. Lock in that 5-year price guarantee with Xfinity. No contracts, no hidden fees. Xfinity.com for more info. Also, shout out to our friends over at Red Hawk Roofing who are in the house tonight, hosting the watch party here at DNVR. These are our guys. If you have any roofing needs, Red Hawk Roofing, there's not even any debate. There's no discussion. You call these guys up and they have you covered. There's no project too small for Red Hawk Roofing. They're your go-to for everything from minor repairs to full roof replacements on home or business. They'll build long-lasting relationships with you. If you like it or not, they're the best in the business. Free no obligation roof and property inspection, free in-depth photo report for all inspections. You can't always see how bad the damage to your roof is from the ground. Call up Red Hawk Roofing, 720-771-8921. They'll tell you exactly what's going on, exactly what you need to do if you need a new roof over your home or business. RedHawkRoofing.com, 720-771-8921.
All right, back here, segment 3. I got a quote from Coach Dagnott here after the game on Lu Dort's ejection. He says, "I will say this. If a player is running up the floor and gets tripped, we expect a flagrant 2 from this point forward. That's all. That's the precedent."
Buddy, there's precedent. If anyone else does that, they're going to get a flagrant 2.
All he did was trip him.
You're right.
You know what this play really reminded me of?
Lu Dort was trying to avoid him at all costs, and they just got tangled.
It really was very similar to the Markieff Morris shove on Jokic.
Yeah.
It was the same exact kind of play, man.
Yeah. Those types of plays, like when you just don't see it coming or you barely see it coming, they're just the most dangerous ones. And to do it in the backcourt when you really don't expect it, man, is insane.
He came with intent, and then he pissed me off because he acted like he had no idea what they were calling.
He couldn't believe they even blew the whistle.
He was shocked about it. Then, after knowing that he tried to hurt a guy, he backed off, tried to run from the moment. No, stand on it. You tried to hurt him, stand on it.
Yeah, pretty annoying, man. Pretty annoying. One quick note here. Spencer Jones only played 2 minutes in this game and then came out. Must have been hurt. I don't know if we've heard anything on that front. But when you think about Shea going off like he did in the non-Jokic minutes, I imagine that was Spence's responsibility, and he just didn't play tonight, and so you end up having to go to other people. But
And you also don't have any that, like, if you don't have Cam, you might, or if you don't have AG, you might spot start Peyton at power forward. If you don't have AG and you don't have Peyton, well, you would go to Spencer. If you don't have all three of those guys, that does matter.
it does matter.
That does matter.
It's a lot of guys to be down. Let's go to Jokic's game tonight. 23 points, 17 rebounds, 14 assists, another triple-double, 3 turnovers, 1 steal. He was a plus 15 in this game. It's actually very encouraging to me that they won the Jokic minutes as well as much as they did. In fact, that plus 15 came down a lot by in overtime, I guess by 6 points in overtime. So they won those minutes. I thought he had a good game, but it is another series where he's going to have to take a lot of threes. And just like we talked about with the last one, 2 of 10 tonight. His 3-shot is not there right now.
The threes in this one, he didn't have to take. He's choosing to go out of his way to shoot those threes right now. And him being inefficient is just something that I did not expect, like or see coming. 9 of 25 from the field. That's not all just because he was taking 3-point shots. Like, he's just missing shots at the rim that he typically makes. I do think that he controlled the game with the rebounds. He has some insane passes in this game. That pass to, I want to say, Christian Braun that threaded the needle through there. That was like one of those
some
plays.
good passes.
And then he played with fire, which you've been wanting from Jokic. Like, they woke him up in this game, and I hope that he plays with that type of flair like more often, where it's like, okay, I want to take it to you, because he was very engaged defensively in this game, and you will take that. So it's just missing shots that he doesn't typically miss, and then just trying to read what they're giving him at times. So it was another good game from him.
It's interesting. The three of us did this show just yesterday, talking about Jokic's approach against the packed paint and how he's clearly decided this needs to be at least a card in your hand for how you try to beat teams like this, right? And so right away we get a chance to either be consistent or take our takes back. I don't mind the general approach of, in this matchup, he needs to get a lot of threes up. I think that's true. I thought there were some untimely ones. Like, I thought there were some possessions late in the game.
Overtime, I think he took 3 in overtime, and they all felt a little...
He wasn't good in overtime. That's my big Jokic criticism. He just wasn't good in overtime. Some of those were tired, resigned concession threes. On the whole, I will stand on what I said yesterday. I think Jokic is right that you have to take threes against this team. But there were 2 or 3 I was like, you don't need to take those.
Yeah, I agree.
So, nah.
And I think they were all in overtime, quite frankly. I didn't like any of his overtime threes.
Yeah, I thought it was too many, just like too many against Boston. And I mean, I get that the game plan calls for it. I get that the matchup calls for it. I just think there's better shots you can get. I really do. I think a Jokic 3 just bails the defense out, man. It does. And I know he's a 40% shooter, but my worry is the Nuggets are going to lose playoff games because defenses are trying to get him to take threes, and he does. That's my fear.
Well, somebody reminded me in that game 7 against Minnesota, I think he was 2 of 10.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, sometimes it is that teams are going to force you to do that. But I still see the other side of it, where I think defenses, nobody can guard anybody in the NBA, but you can go to extremes to force the shots that you want. And if a team is going to say, we're going to take everything away but give you open threes, I just think he has to make them. Jokic's good enough to make them, I think, but there have been some high-profile games where he hasn't been.
Just this one thing or another piece for Jokic that you just can't slide by. He might be a killer.
Oh, man. Yeah.
He truly might be a killer. And if he ever...
That was a psycho face.
If he ever threatened me, I would
face
believe
was
it.
insane,
I would
man.
believe it.
Yeah, this actually reminded me in some ways also of the Devin Booker thing, just in terms of the look on Jokic's face that scared me from a distance.
Yeah, it seems so
Like,
personal.
look at that,
It's,
dude.
Who does Jalen Williams think he is, man?
yo,
No, Jalen Williams is honestly the perfect move.
Who does he
No.
think he
I
is?
got to give him credit. That was the perfect move. You're not going to get punched in that scenario.
man.
You're not going to get punched. And if you do, he's going to be out for a long time.
Well, that's what Lu Dort was trying to get
He's
to
being-
happen.
He's been a good teammate.
Yeah, he's been a good teammate. He's there, and you just know nothing's going to happen except for maybe Jokic does something dumb and you get him kicked out of the game. So Jay Wilson, it was annoying, but at the same time, he had no risk. There was nothing was ever going to happen.
His nickname being the Joker,
I know.
it just makes so much sense because there is just a real killer inside of him that he did not let out. There was some restraint in how upset he was today. Like, he did not get kicked out of that game. That was shocking.
I wonder if, like, Jokic, I don't know if he's going to be the type of guy to have a farewell tour when it's all said and done, but I could see him punching someone. You know, where he's like, I got nothing left to lose.
almost did
And these
tonight.
guys have been doing this thing and I won't do it. It's
Well,
like
I
his
mean,
last
tonight
game of
was
his
just
career.
Yeah,
he's just like, you know what? F this.
So yeah, it's a small guy puts his hands in his pockets. Yoke just turns around.
He's like, you know what? I've always wanted to do this. It's my last game. Any other thoughts on Jokic's game tonight, though? I thought defensively he did some really good stuff.
Yeah. Defensively, he was good. I mean, overall, he was very good.
If he makes 3 more threes, this was a very efficient, like 30-point triple-double, and you win the game.
Totally.
But he didn't. And so, I mean, like, I understand what Wynn's saying. Like, it does feel like you could have gotten better shots at times, for sure.
If I'm another team, I just think this is my game plan. It's not the best game plan, but it's, hey, sometimes he misses his threes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really miss everything else, so let's just sometimes force him to that.
He does have, though, I mean, what he shoot percentage-wise, I mean, I know the threes played a big part of it. He has some crazy low-efficient games versus the Thunder.
Yeah?
And
Yeah,
yes,
he
they
does.
have a great defense. Of course, the physicality, what they get away with. But it does kind of feel like the Thunder are a team he just hasn't mastered yet. You know, he's mastered the Timberwolves, of course. And yeah, he's had like 40-point games against Thunder in the playoffs for sure. But he's still like, I feel like hasn't mastered the OKC defense.
I agree.
I think they're a really great defense. I think
They are.
I think it's tough to master, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. They do everything right. Jamal Murray, 39 points. I'm kind of surprised it was 39, although
Oh,
I guess
yeah,
9 of
9
those
at
at
the
the very
end,
end.
yeah.
But 12 of 26 shooting, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He had some big time buckets in this game. My impression, and I'm actually more curious your guys' take, but my immediate recollection of him in this game was that it was very uneven. He had moments of brilliance and he had very quiet moments as well. But he had moments of brilliance.
I agree.
Yeah, I just feel like if we're giving Jokic credit for like how he played against this team, the bulk of their good defense is with their guards.
Yeah,
like
totally.
they are making you work so hard, and it feels like Jamal is going through a war every single time that he's out there. And this is coming off of a game that he did not play in because he was tired in. A lot of his points did come late, but I feel like he was engaged in the game. I feel like he was trying to score, trying to get downhill, make things happen. And then, I mean, those shots happen late in the game where he's trying to keep, the team into it. I don't feel like it was on Jamal of the bad play in this one. So, I mean, I'll take that. 39 points against maybe the best defense in the league. He's figuring something out against this Oklahoma City team.
Yeah. I thought he played really well. His third quarter was masterful. And he was a beast in the third quarter. So I thought he did his job. I feel like he's pretty confident getting to his spots against this team. They got a lot of defenders they can throw at him. I think he can kind of know he can get to where he wants now against these guys. And I thought that was the case tonight.
They are hard to screen, though. I mean, to your point,
They're so hard to screen.
and that's the biggest thing is so much of his game is getting a screen and then doing something with it. And there just was a lot of the typical actions they run where nobody got screened because they're too good at not getting screened.
He was the best screener. He was
Yeah,
the guy
he's
making
actually
solid
better.
contact with a lot of guys. So it was patchy, though. It was a patchy performance. It didn't start great. And there was a moment in this game in the first half where so many Nuggets were bringing the physicality and playing at like a really high level and a high motor, and Jamal wasn't. But, I mean, man, he showed up by the end of the game. There's no doubt about it.
So all in all, how do we feel? Here's one of the big takeaways I have from this game. They didn't have J-Dub. I don't know how much AJ Mitchell will play in the playoffs. He's really good, so he might.
He's really good.
He is really good, so he might actually be a part of their core rotation. Denver adds P.Y. and Aaron Gordon. I actually walk away from this game feeling good about this matchup. There's still a lot we don't know because we don't see him at full health, but Denver did handle this a lot better than they did in years past. And Yoke didn't make his threes tonight. I do think he's going to have some games where he makes them, but do you guys agree? Do you walk away from this? I don't feel good as in Denver should beat them. I have too much respect for OKC. They're really good. But I do walk away from going, they can be in the same class. Like their best punch is the same as OKC's best punch.
Yeah, I'll say yes. I mean, I feel like they're starting to figure things out and how to battle and compete with them. Like in those playoffs, like OKC blew them out. That was a blowout. And they're now starting to figure out like physicality. They're trying to match that. They're now showing we're not going to get punked. So like they're ready to fight in games. And they're missing guys that they have to bring back that are the physical guys. It is their defenders, guys that can slow people down. They're missing guys as well, but I just feel like they still have a core. They still know what, who they are. and Denver's still trying to figure who they are, and they didn't play to their best.
Yeah.
So I do like this. I like this matchup. I think that Denver's playing better.
Yeah. It gave me some more confidence for sure because, look, man, with how the Nuggets have played the last couple weeks, even though they got that one over Boston, I still thought there was a scenario, they come out and get boat raced in this game.
Yeah, for sure.
Just with how these last month-long stretch has gone. But they didn't.
Yeah.
And they came with it tonight, and they showed they've got it in them. And, the Nuggets are this team, man. The Nuggets are this team that if they put it all together can be really special. They have everything. They have the talent, they have the depth, they have the shooting, they have the playoff experience. They could, if they put it all together this season, they can do whatever they want to do. It's just going to be a question of if that happens. I still don't know what the hell happened in overtime, though. I mean, that was bizarre, especially with no SG. I just don't understand how you lose your composure like that in OT. But it did give me more confidence.
Same as I felt going in. Nuggets can do this. The Nuggets can do this. OKC has the edge, and they've earned it.
I think though Denver is on the upswing.
I do too. I do too.
And I think that's part of it.
I would feel.
I do agree that I would not have been surprised if they got blown out, but I do think their last couple games are.
This roster is better suited for that series than last year's was. But I mean, it's the same that I felt like. I don't think this team is scared of the Thunder. I don't think it's. But the OKC has earned the edge,
and they're not scared of the Nuggets.
Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing that I think happened in overtime, and this is not an excuse. Jokic was pretty tired. He was pretty gassed. And I think that Jokic actually has a little bit more. He's not in bad shape for the regular season, but in the playoffs, he's going to have to be in better shape because this was a very physical game. And I just thought part of why he took those threes, like he took one miss, I think goes out of bounds, and they cut to him, and he's just breathing so heavy.
He's out of shape. I don't think being a 7-footer who missed a month with a knee injury helped.
Yeah,
I do think that probably isn't ideal.
much.
But I mean, how long has he been back for now? 3 weeks?
Yeah, I'm not saying
he should be in shape.
I don't think he's out of shape. He had a great game tonight.
Yeah.
It went to overtime. He played 45
And
minutes.
he also came back early in the fourth, too.
But I'm saying he played 45 minutes. That's a lot of minutes.
Right.
I don't know that he's in 45-minute shape, but you are going to have to be in that for the playoffs. Why don't we guys take a little trip around the association? You guys want to do a little around the association?
Let's do it.
It's presented by Fire on the Mountain, best wings in Denver. Check them out over there at Wash Park. Fire on the Mountain, very Colorado institution.
The first game, or the Nuggets game, it had to start late because there was another game that went into overtime. So this was a double overtime banger.
Wow.
In this one. The Pistons won over the Cleveland Cavaliers. 122-119.
That game ended at the same time as Denver's, right?
At the exact same time.
He's going to be good playoffs, man. Playoffs this year are going to be good.
Pistons are like showing like who they are right now. The Cavaliers were without James Harden in this game. So they had to like make some adjustments. It was Craig Porter Jr. who they went with. He had 12 assists in this game. Had to play 32 minutes, and that's a name I haven't seen in a very long time. For them, Evan Mobley, he did return. He had 23 points, 12 rebounds, 37 minutes. Was that his first game back too? That's crazy to go straight into that. Jalen Duren was the man in this game. He had 33 points, 16 rebounds, 3 blocks. It was a plus 14. Kay Cunningham, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. They're rolling. Like they're figuring out ways to win. They're showing up in these big games and they're winning them.
Cade's on a short list of players I'd love to see with Jokic, man. He plays such a good brand of basketball.
He's a monster. There was a blowout. Boston won 148-111.
Dude, didn't we hold them to like 85 points?
Yeah, they're the second best offense in the league.
148 points. That's a real blowout.
They probably hit like 53s.
Jaylen Brown had 28 points. Big Vooch had 28 points. Peyton Pritchard had 22 points. He was a plus 40.
Boston shot 65% from the field as a team.
There you go.
So that'll do it.
There's nothing you could do when a team just gets hot like that and they just don't slow down. Jalen Brunson, he gets the win.
Just
him and the Knicks, 127-98 over the Milwaukee Bucks. Brunson had 27 points in this one. OG, he also had 24 points. So they got the scoring from their duo. It seemed like everybody was in double figures in this one. On the other side, Miles Turner had 19 points
Nice.
to lead them, but they have nothing over there.
When's Giannis coming back?
Well, he said 4 to 6 weeks. It was like around the same time.
That's right.
There
I
was
don't know. They're
never
gonna
an
have to
MRI.
ask him. They're gonna have to ask that doc.
Well, he's got to reevaluate himself.
I'm gonna have to check Kalshi or whatever that's called.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. And then the last game, it was the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies got a win over the Dallas Mavericks, 124 to 105. It was Pat Spencer. He was the guy in this game. Cam Spencer.
Yeah,
Sorry,
there you
Cam
go.
Spencer.
There you go.
He had 25 points.
I love Cam Spencer. He's a dog. He
Yeah,
can shoot.
I didn't think they wanted to win.
Dude, honestly, they didn't. This game, could have tied
They
them in the
just
standings.
signed Taj Gibson. They definitely don't want to win.
This was a tankathon. I guarantee this was a tankathon because this actually had a big implication.
That's why you always say players don't tank, teams do. Because Cam Spencer wasn't tanking.
Yeah,
you
no
know?
way. That guy.
Yeah. I mean, the Mavericks are missing guys like Cooper Flagg hasn't played in a long time. I don't know what happened in this game, but Chris Middleton only played 19 minutes. He's finally
buyout
come
watch.
back.
Maybe it's buyout wash, but
Possibly. They got rid of
Jones.
they got rid of Tyus Jones. So they make way. Maybe they have another spot. So maybe they're not going to buy him out.
we'll have to wait and see. Nuggets do fall to the 4 seed, tied with the Timberwolves for the 4-5 spot. So that next game, 2 teams with the same record, should be pretty interesting. Kel, did the people have anything to super chat today?
Oh, let's tear through it. SD Rainier. This is in all caps, so just hear this in your yelling voice. This loss sucks. We all know we probably won't win a championship without AG. I have faith that a lot of our clutch issues work themselves out if Gordon comes back healthy.
I think that's true. I actually think a lot of that
Was
is
that
true,
ultimately
man.
a positive?
I think it was.
What a roller coaster. Ryan B1, put Cam on the bench for P-Watt when he's back and dump his charm and soft mindset in the offseason. Total passenger on offense. Can't rely on him at all.
I do think AG is back very soon, though. We'll just have to wait and see.
The Portuguese dude, as a Wolves fan, I despise the Thunder.
Everybody in the West hates everybody, man. I'm telling you. Everybody hates everybody. It's great.
Also, just everyone that's not OKC hates OKC. Man.
Oh, everybody
That's
hates
just
OKC.
the way that it is.
Everybody also hates the Lakers.
Ryan B1, when is the last? I'm sorry, did I skip one? Yes. Smug Nug, yoke past open lay in clutch. Ugh, Cam and THJ broke us. Ryan B1, when is the last time Cam attacked a closeout?
Yeah.
Smug Nug,
Negative.
kind of happy we lost. Need OKC to keep 1 seed.
Do we? Why is that true?
If we're the
Kristoff.
3, well, we'd have to get the 3 in that scenario.
I was actually thinking about the Nuggets beating them tonight, San Antonio going to the 1, and then it's like Denver could be whatever seed they want.
Kristoff, so much taketh. Great shirt, Vogt. Ghostly Gengar, how do you lose in overtime when SGA doesn't play a
I
single
don't
minute?
know,
Just
man.
pathetic.
I don't know.
That was actually that's
Looking
that's a
back
tough
on
one.
it, I'm getting more angry the more I think about it.
That is
No SGA.
I know that's pretty.
They
annoying.
also had Isaiah Joe out there the whole time.
Who killed them, by the way?
Go at him on
I
defense.
know, you're right, Harrison.
He's a target. He's a mark on defense.
I will say, okay,
What?
okay.
They just lost their entire head in overtime.
You're right. OKC is really good at not just letting you attack their weak links, but I agree with you, man.
They didn't even
I
try.
I agree with you. The Portuguese
Jack and
dude,
threes.
again, every time I watch this matchup, the Thunder maul the Joker on a consistent basis. That is why Dort thinks he can get away with that bitch-ass play. Well, shout out Wolves fan agreeing with us. Kyle M20, 6 months of membership. Oh, sorry, Harrison. Hey, Wind.
You
six
knew
months,
it was
though.
coming.
6
Thanks, Kyle.
months.
Appreciate
This is
it,
going to
man.
break Harrison. This might be the thing that just he snaps. Dusty old Cowtown. None of OKC over 40 minutes. We still have bench problems. Did tonight, man. Absolutely did tonight. Vladislav, dominant first quarter, but they lost every single quarter after that, plus overtime. OKC are simply better right now. A healthier Yoke AG P-Watt can change that.
I agree. This is exactly
Good
how
framing.
I feel.
Good
We're
framing.
chasing them right now.
Yeah, I agree. But it can be done, I think.
Yeah.
The Portuguese dude, if you notice when Chris Finch called out Shea for his foul baiting and the Thunder for basically fouling on every other play, the refs and baiting the refs to call it, they haven't been nearly as dominant. I do feel like,
I think that expired tonight.
I don't know. I didn't think the whistle was necessarily terrible. I mean, SGA got his. I thought the rest of the whistle kind of went Denver's way. But Big Honey 15, bad matchup for Big Val. Clutch plus overtime minutes came to bite us in the ass again. Many may be discouraged with the loss, but I think we can win this series. Crazy Abe, it's okay. Tonight we unlocked Crazy Eyes Yoke. Beat Minnesota.
Yeah,
We really did unlock that.
Maybe.
Sweet Ash 2002 celebrating 6 months of membership. Hopefully Jokic and Murray take all this frustration out on the Wolves, and AG will be back before the next OKC game. Hashtag crazy eyes mode.
Crazy eyes mode. Let's go.
Jokic did go Colfax mode for a second.
He did go Colfax mode.
He went, what's the street in Serbia?
Dusty old countdown. Imagine AG and P. Watt in those non-Jokic minutes today. I was laughing about the Polish one.
Colfax mode of Serbia.
Polish Colfax, I still got to see. Michael Porter Truther, if I speak, I am in big trouble. I actually appreciate I appreciate that you said it without saying it. Nug Dug, DA needs to get a better grip on his rotations. Tim Hardaway Jr. was ice cold after the first. Big Val is a glaringly obvious negative matchup against that team.
The only thing is the only option would have been Bruce, which I actually do think you should have gone to, but it's not like there was a super clear option.
He was thinking about spacing, which I get, spacing around Jokic, which
is already so hard against the Thunder.
Yeah. Which
The
I
thing with
get
Bruce, though, is you can't really go at him on defense.
Yeah, 100%.
And when Hardaway's out there, they're getting him switched on to SGA every single time.
Yeah, I get that. That's a good point. Maddox Otter celebrating 6 months of membership. Hey, fellas, that was a rough one. I was broken by the Warriors' loss, so I was strangely not even bothered about this one. Round 2 exit is expected.
Get that energy out of here. Come on now.
The Portuguese dude, again, $10. I want my Wolves to win the title, and I want to be the team to take out the Thunder. But if we don't, the Nuggets have to. Joker had that killer look in his eye tonight. Make it happen. Go get them. They do have to be stopped. I will
say this. Beating the Thunder would be incredible. It would be just so freaking fun.
It would feel
almost as good as beating the Lakers.
I know. I was just going to say that.
Almost.
You wouldn't have known it then.
Nothing will top that, but it would be close.
Ben Mack, fave part of the game. Yoch Crazy Eyes on Jay Swill. James McAdoo. Who would you rather have in crunch time, CB or Cam?
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know.
Thanks for asking me that question.
It's a great question. I don't know.
Also, shout out Canada, I believe. James McAdoo.
After this game,
I love that Maddox
right now,
is coming
CB.
back. He's the one that overreacted.
Yeah,
and now he's back.
Maddox circling back to correct themselves. This is not the game to overreact to, by the way.
I love it.
Thank you.
Our chat
Everybody, nobody freak out.
5-5-5-5-5-5-ish. 100% win rate when Zeke plays since Jokic has been back. I'm just saying. 440 bench 3 points down, only 115 till 5-5-5. F.U. Pooh Dort and Mark Dragnuts.
Mark Dragnuts.
Pigskin propaganda. More confident than ever. Dog days suck. Seed won't matter. We're great on the road. The mad scientist is most effective in the playoff setting.
I hope that all of those things to be true. I hope.
It's definitely a positive one. Big Honey, Yoke's wrist plus shooting touch is starting to worry me.
It happens every year.
Yeah. I mean, he does need to get a cleanup surgery at some point, but he may just not do that. Pigskin propaganda. J-Dub wins another championship before SGA does.
What?
I'm confused. 27-15. Cam is so far away from being a foxhole guy.
This is the thing about Cam. That's why I say this is where it's now on him. He has not proven to be a foxhole guy just yet.
Poetically, we go next to Cam John the Man John. So that was insane. Mad Jokic is scary. He is scary. I agree that it's scary. Makes me feel unsettled. Yeah. You're a star. We get steal. We get blocked at the rim. We miss 3. They get layup. They are too out of shape to win. No rest for them. They have to ramp up and pray to avoid injuries. Cam and THJ might have D'Lo's mental strength. Frowny face. Flacco Watts. Guys, I'm telling you, the code is cracked, but I need more buy-in. No BS. Come find out how on the Late Night Nugget Show. We'll need it all on Sunday. I love that. The real
What a tease.
What a tease,
man.
It's just respectful enough to wait till our show's over.
I know.
The real Mr. Crispy.
Shout
what can
out
Yoke
Flacco
do?
Watts.
Just shoot more threes? He can hit his threes.
He's got to make them, man. Here's the thing about Yoke. It would be really sweet. You can hit that outro music, Kel. It'd be really sweet if we get into game 1 against this team and Yoke just starts like 6 for 6. You know what I mean? Like, it's just one of those things that can happen with Yoke, where he just comes out and you're like, all right, all year you thought this was your... Right now, it's OKC's savior. OKC feels good about the series because of that.
Yeah.
If they didn't, everything would be broken. Everything else would be out of place. But right now, they feel like they can do it. And so far, they're right. But...
Cam John the Man John celebrating 2 months of membership. Should I change my username? Damn it, Cam. LOL, he could have been the hero crying face.
Hey, in all seriousness, man, let's see what he's made of. This is why we love sports. They really are people's character on display, and there's nowhere for them to hide. Cam came up a little small. He has seemed a little bit hasn't quite had his moment yet. But this is a nowhere to hide kind of situation. There's 20 games left. Everybody's got to get in the foxhole, including Cam. Let's see what he's got.
Like the stream, please. Subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate you guys. Buzzer beater. The real Mr. Crispy. Where is the Rui adjustment for SGA?
Yeah, we got to figure that one out. That's Peyton Watson and Aaron Gordon. Everybody, thanks for hanging out. Take tomorrow off, will you? We'll be back on Sunday.
We all silly like the mayor.